So, we're talking about censorship, and that's an important thing to talk about. WMAL in Washington, D.C. Greg, you're on the Savage Nation. What's on your mind?
Yes, Mike, I'd like to make a comment in regards to the video game that's going, with the youth of America. I would like to say that, we do have the right of freedom of speech and freedom of looking at what we want.
Right.
However, I think the message should be it's a collective, it needs to be a collective coalition between parents as well as maybe some government interference in regards to this.
Okay, this is something to discuss, but Greg, freedom is not absolute. We have the freedom to drive a car, is that correct? But we don't have the freedom to run people over in crosswalks. So there are restrictions on our freedom to drive a car, and that requires a license. It requires stopping at red lights and not speeding beyond a certain limit, and things of that nature, following the laws in a driver's manual. So, yeah, we have freedom, but it's not absolute in any regard, in any sphere of our lives. So why should we have absolute freedom when it comes to violence in movies and violence in video games is what I'm asking.
I agree with you. I don't think it should be. I think what has happened is we've gone from a society of watching Waltons to a society of being Sodom and Gomorrah. In regards
that is true. Yes, after they took God out of America, they put the devil into America. That was the goal all along. Okay, sending you a copy of my book, Train Tracks. I want people to vent tonight on censorship. KSFO. Jeff, you're next up from San Francisco. Go ahead, please, Jeff.
Thanks, Dr. Savage. I want to touch on video games and a bunch of other stuff, though. With the video games, I play video games. I was a Marine. I understand that it's just a game, that there's no reason to ban it. They do have laws in place or rules in place that you can't let kids buy them. You already touched on that earlier. But
all right, so let's perfect the discussion. Ban violent video games for children under 18. You're saying they're already banned? Then how do they get their hands on them?
Their parents or older. So how can kids drink? How can kids smoke? Who buys it for them?
I don't know.
Right?
Other kids?
Well,
a parent who wants to be loved by them? Well, how about talking to Quentin Tarantino, the great filmmaker who compares himself to Shakespeare? Don't you think that the blood and gore in movies has a limit and that people are disgusted by it? Jeff, a free copy of Train Tracks out to you. I'm a little late. I'll be right back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282.